This keyboard only cost me $60, so let's see if it lives up to the hype. It arrived packaged neatly with a plastic cover holding everything together, and wrapped in a thin sheet, with 2 individual cardboard compartments storing the included accessories. The first thing I noticed is that this keyboard has a nice weight to it, coming in at about 1 kilogram depending on which model you get, so it will stay nicely planted on your desk. Budget keyboards are often pretty light, so this is nice to see. The big reason I wanted to get this keyboard is of course the sound, but also the fact that it's a 75% keyboard, which I think best suits most people, as you retain all the vital keys you might need for gaming or work, but without the length of a full-size keyboard, which takes up a lot of valuable desk space. Looking closer at why this keyboard sounds so good, it's basically because they've already done most of the mods you would do to improve the sound or feel, but it comes like that, straight out the box. These include pretty much all the different types of foam you could add to a keyboard, and a silicone mat in the bottom of the case to further reduce hollowness. Now that doesn't mean there is nothing you can change about this keyboard to make it your own. Both the keycaps and switches are easily changeable to suit your personal preference. I won't go into too much detail about the different switches that fit, as this keyboard supports both 3 and 5 pin switches, and every switch I tested fitted without any issues, so compatibility shouldn't be a concern for most switches. There are 3 ways to connect this keyboard to your devices, which include a USB-C cable, 2.4 GHz, and a USB Bluetooth dongle. You can select your preferred output method via the switch on the back of the case. With the keyboard being in wireless mode, it has an included 4000 mAh battery, which they say has 17 hours of battery life with the lights on, and over 250 hours of battery life with the lights turned off, and includes this LED indicator to show when the battery level is getting low, so you can put the keyboard on charge. Now you've probably noticed that this keyboard comes with an adjustable knob on the right hand side, and this can be used for 2 different things, either changing the RGB settings and colour brightness, or to mute and adjust the volume on your PC. To swap between those 2 different modes, hold down on the button in the centre for a few seconds until some keys flash, which indicates it has changed mode successfully. Now looking at the included keycaps, they are overall pretty nice, being cherry profile, PBT and double shot, so the legend won't rub off over time. Plus, the keyboard I received has south-facing LEDs, which is an upgrade as I think the original version that was released had north-facing, meaning there's the possibility of keycap interference, but with this updated version, this is no longer an issue. There are several different types of switches that can come with this keyboard, so feel free to pause to figure out what switch is best for you, but I got the version with the Leobog Reaper switches. These switches have a polycarbonate top housing, nylon base, and are linear, meaning there is no tactile bump during each key press. Plus, they do come pre-lubed, which is nice. Here is what the software looks like, and as you can see, the lighting can be customised in a lot of different ways, with many colours and patterns to fit your preference. There is also the ability to remap keys if you wanted, but there doesn't seem to be the option to customise the knob's functions, to, for example, play and pause audio, rather than to mute it. To help you guys out, I've also put a link to the download page for this software in the description below. It was a very simple setup process, so go check it out if you've got this keyboard. There are a few negatives that I think are worth mentioning. Firstly, the included USB-C cable is plastic rather than braided. It's not a huge deal as I do have other cables I can use, but it does cheapen the feel of this keyboard. But the big one for me is that it's very difficult to disassemble if you did want to mod it in any way. I think they've done this as it already sounds really good straight out of the box, but it's a bit annoying as people will still try to open this keyboard to change or mod it, but it's just more likely something's going to break in the process. A couple of extra points before we get onto the sound test. Check this out, the plastic cover shown at the beginning actually doubles as a dust cover if you're going to be storing this keyboard for a while to help keep it clean. The Bluetooth dongle attaches to the case magnetically, and it's held in nice and securely too. The keyboard is gasket mounted, which means it has some flexibility to improve the typing, feel and sound. As the knob only mutes the volume when clicked, I've used the F12 button as play and pause, which works great as it's just off to the side. And lastly, the battery light kept flashing to show that it's charging, which I found quite annoying, but by pressing FN plus left shift, you can turn the LED off. It will still charge in the background, but won't keep flashing in the corner of your vision. Right, I think that's everything covered, so let's get on to the sound test.